You are a god.
The film centers on Elisa Esposito, a mute woman who was discovered as an infant abandoned on a riverbank, bearing mysterious wounds on her neck. Unable to speak, Eliza has communicated through sign language her entire life. By 1962, during the height of the Cold War, she works as a janitor at a classified government research facility in Baltimore, Maryland. Eliza resides in a modest apartment above a movie theater and maintains a quiet, routine life. Each morning, she visits her neighbor and close friend Giles, a struggling illustrator, before commuting to work by bus. At the facility, she shares a warm friendship with her co-worker Zelda Fuller, who chats with her daily. The laboratory is overseen by Colonel Richard Strickland, who has recently captured a mysterious aquatic creature from a river in South America. He brings the creature to the Baltimore lab and instructs Dr. Robert Hofstadler to study it further. The following day, while cleaning a restroom with Zelda, Eliza encounters Colonel Strickland. She notices blood on the cattle prod he carries. Moments later, Strickland suffers a severe injury to his arm, losing a significant amount of blood. The head of security orders Eliza and Zelda to clean the lab where the incident occurred. While cleaning, Eliza stumbles upon Strickland's severed finger. Intrigued by the creature, she approaches a large pipe and discovers a humanoid amphibian confined within. Shortly after, the security chief arrives to retrieve the severed finger. That night, Eliza secretly returns to the lab to confirm what she saw. She finds the creature chained inside an artificial pool. Moved by compassion, she offers it a boiled egg, which it accepts and carries into the water. From that moment, Eliza begins visiting the creature nightly. She brings a vinyl record player to share music and gradually teaches it sign language. A deep bond begins to form between them. Eventually, Dr. Hofstadler observes their interactions from a distance. Concerned, he meets with his Russian intelligence contacts and shares everything he's learned about the creature. It's revealed that Hofstadler is secretly working for a Russian spy named Dmitry Mosenkov. He informs them that the amphibian man shows signs of being able to communicate with humans. One day, when Eliza arrives to visit the creature, she finds it in distress, chained and suffering. As she attempts to help, Colonel Strickland suddenly enters the lab. Eliza quickly hides, narrowly avoiding detection. Strickland then proceeds to torture the creature with electric shocks until it loses consciousness. Shortly after, General Frank, a high-ranking government official, arrives at the laboratory. Colonel Richard Strickland persuades him to authorize the revival of the captured amphibian creature, arguing that it could give the United States a strategic edge in the ongoing space race. However, Dr. Robert Hofstadler opposes the plan, believing the creature should be kept alive for scientific research. Upon learning of the government's intentions, Eliza becomes determined to rescue the creature. She convinces Giles to help her orchestrate an escape, explaining that the creature understands her and accepts her for who she is. Though initially hesitant, Giles eventually agrees. Meanwhile, Dr. Hofstadler meets with his Russian intelligence contacts to discuss a plan to abduct the creature. However, his superiors instruct him to terminate it instead, by injecting poison into its body. As the plan unfolds, Eliza prepares an escape route while Giles disguises himself as a facility employee. One evening, Richard monitors Eliza via CCTV. Suspicious of her muteness, he attempts to harass her, but she manages to leave his office unharmed. Elsewhere, Dr. Hofstadler prepares the lethal injection but discovers Eliza's plan after she discreetly redirects the CCTV cameras in the lab. As Eliza attempts to free the creature, Dr. Hofstadler intervenes, having changed his mind about killing it. He assists her escape by sedating a guard. Giles narrowly avoids being caught in his disguise, and although reluctant at first, Zelda ultimately joins the effort, helping ensure the plan's success. Back at Eliza's apartment, she places the amphibian man in her bathtub, caring for him over the next few days. She plans to release him into a nearby canal once heavy rains allow access to the sea. Meanwhile, Richard interrogates Eliza, Zelda, and other staff, but gains no useful information. One night, Giles falls asleep after painting a portrait of the creature. The amphibian man emerges from the bathtub and devours one of Giles's cats. Agitated, Giles confronts the creature, who, startled, accidentally injures Giles's hand before fleeing the apartment. When Eliza returns, Giles urges her to find the creature. She eventually locates him in the movie theater below and brings him back home. The creature gently touches Giles's bald head and wounded hand. To Giles's astonishment, he wakes the next morning to find his hair growing back and his injury fully healed. Meanwhile, Eliza's bond with the creature deepens, evolving into a romantic relationship that culminates in physical intimacy. At the same time, General Frank arrives at Richard's office and delivers an ultimatum: recover the amphibian man within 36 hours, or face the end of his career, and possibly his life elsewhere. Dr. Hofstadter is informed that he will be deported from the United States within 2 days. As he meets with a colleague, Richard secretly follows him, suspecting deeper involvement. During a covert meeting, Dr. Robert Hofstadter is unexpectedly shot by one of his own associates. In retaliation, Colonel Richard Strickland kills both of Robert's companions and then shoots Robert himself after confirming he is a spy. While dying, Robert is tortured by Strickland, who forces him to reveal the identities of those involved in the amphibian man's escape. Strickland learns that Elisa and Zelda played key roles. Determined to locate the creature, Strickland visits Zelda's home and threatens her for information. Though she initially refuses to cooperate, her husband inadvertently reveals that the amphibian man is being hidden in Eliza's apartment. Acting quickly, Strickland heads to Eliza's residence. Meanwhile, Zelda contacts Eliza and urges her to release the creature immediately. Upon arriving, Strickland searches the empty apartment and discovers a calendar note indicating Eliza's plan to release the creature. At the canal, Eliza and Giles bid farewell to the amphibian man. Strickland arrives moments later, knocks Giles unconscious, and shoots both Eliza and the creature. Miraculously, the amphibian man recovers and fatally slits Strickland's throat.
You are a god.
As the police arrive with Zelda, the creature carries Eliza into the canal. Beneath the water, he uses his healing abilities to revive her and transforms her neck scars into gills. Eliza awakens, and the two embrace in the depths. In the film's closing narration, Giles reflects on Eliza's fate, believing she found happiness and love with the amphibian man. And that concludes the story. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next one.